Hi, I'm Jezebel, firstcomicsnews.com, and I'm here with...
Sean Murray.
Okay, and I'm meandering around Comic-Con, and we stumble across this game, this board game. And so we bought this board game on Thursday and went home and played it for 11 hours.
That might be a record.
Well, like I accidentally didn't remove all of the event cards. And then so like we actually took, some breaks over the course of the 11 hours. So I would say we had at least 7 to 8 solid hours of gameplay.
That's awesome.
So you had this game designed based on this world that you built.
Yeah, basically Gateway is a project that I've been working on. It's a passion project that I've been working on for many years now, probably since college. Mostly just building it in my sketchbooks as a series of drawings and then a series of illustrations. And I did a book. I self-published a book in 2014 that was essentially short stories about individual characters in the world of Gateway or in the city of Gateway. And a friend of mine who I used to work with at a game studio, because I used to work as a concept artist in video games, and a friend of mine who was a game designer, John Hawkins, approached me about taking the idea that I had built for that book and turning it into some sort of game. It was something he wanted to do on the side. He was a video game developer, but he wanted to develop a card or a board game. So we brought on another designer named Michelle Menard, and the three of us basically put together this concept. They developed all the game mechanics and did all the playtesting, and eventually we had a prototype of the game, and I brought it here to San Diego Comic-Con actually a few years ago. And David Preti from Cool Mini or Not, or now it's called CMON, came by, saw the demo, and we essentially worked out a deal to have them publish it. So it's kind of a mix between a deck building card game and an area control board game.
Yes, it was a lot of fun, and because and every time it's different because you have all of these extra characters that are randomly selected. Right. So every time is a different game.
Exactly. Yeah, and that was that's definitely part of the concept. I mean, to me, so Gateway is this place where there's like lots of different creatures, lots of different people, lots of different wizards of all types. And I wanted that to be reflected in the way the game felt, right? That was really important to me, that the narrative element of the world of Gateway came out in the game. It wasn't just about, gameplay obviously is important, it's got to be fun. But to me, it also had to tell the right story. And I really feel like it came out, I couldn't have asked for it to come out much better, because at times you're sort of marveling at what's going on in the game. And you can co-op sometimes, or you can be against your opponents, and things are going on in the game, like, you're constantly having to defend your territory from multiple factions. It could be from the other players, it could be from the city guard, it could be from the monsters that are attacking the city, and sometimes the monsters in the city guard fight each other. So
we actually had something very interesting, and I wasn't sure how to resolve this issue. One of the city guards had the defense and the attack for both the monster and the city guard. They couldn't kill each other on the square, so it doesn't actually. I don't know if the rule book goes against that, but or just says like how that resolves itself.
I believe that might be in that case. If I'm remembering correctly, it might be whoever held the territory first.
Okay. But we decided we were just going to play it as like a sudden death thing.
Yeah.
They're in an eternal struggle battle, and so and they're between the two of them in this land. And if you want to take them on, you have to take both of these on.
Yeah.
And I also like how sometimes some of the city guards summon the monsters.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Well, and it can be a smart move on their part, or it may play against them. But the idea is they don't want you as these rebellious bands of wizards to take the city back.
So they'd rather have it destroyed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right, and that goes. I mean, that I wanted to have that feel like the things that could happen in the real world, or things from history. So the whole concept of the game is that this is a city that's built by magic, but it's essentially a prohibition era of magic. So the city guard, the authorities have decided that magic's too dangerous to be in everyone's hands. But in the same way that there was a lot of drinking going on during Prohibition in America, there's a lot of magic going on in Gateway during this Inquisition. It's just happening in the shadows. So I wanted that to be reflected in the game.
We had a lot of fun.
Good.
So you have a graphic novel coming out as kind of like a sequel to the game?
Well, I have this sort of larger main narrative that developing in a couple different ways. One is potentially a graphic novel. I'm in the early stages of it. I'm trying to figure out exactly how I would produce it or how I would be involved, or just because I've done graphic novels before, or comics before, and I realized it's not personally my forte. Like I was a concept artist. I like drawing new things every time I set pencil to paper. So I'm looking for the right artist to be the main artist for the book. I'd probably do the backgrounds. I'd art direct it. I'd design the characters, etc. So that's one thing I'm working on, and also in talks right now to develop Gateway into a tabletop RPG.
Okay, that's exciting as well.
Yes.
So and that's going to be very story driven.
Absolutely, very story driven. I don't want it to feel like there's like you're hindered by the rules or the charts necessarily. There's got to be a lot more involvement in the story from the players at all times. And also, it's not just about how strong characters are, but it may be even about what a character's weaknesses are. That plays into storylines and makes for interesting scenarios, I think.
So, can you tell us a little bit how they can find your game or find any of your information?
If you just go to cityofgateway.com, there's information there. The store is down right now, but it will be back up in early August because I'm actually not at home, and so it's hard for me to fulfill orders and stuff like that when I'm not at home.
Sure.
But go to cityofgateway.com. You can sign up for a mailing list there, so whenever new products come out, you'll get an email and you can check out what's going on.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for your time.
You.
I really appreciate you. I'm Jezebel. Sean?
Hi. Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.